Yo, Everyday Superpower, where we talk body language, interpersonal relationship dynamics, game, all of that good stuff, yeah? Down in the description of this video, you'll be able to find my Patreon where you will be able to join me in assessing, observing, and uncovering the nonverbal communications during real dates between people. Okay, we're gonna watch videos together and I'll give you the game straightforward. All right, check that out. Now today we're gonna talk about understanding what a woman finds attractive in a man, if not in other things. It's gonna apply across the board. Yeah, we have two different perspectives on reality. First and foremost, I have a different perspective on reality as you do, let alone the man in comparison to the woman. We have two completely different brains what operate in different ways, okay? We value different things, we pay attention to different things. So a general mistake that men make when it comes to what we would consider traits a woman would find attractive is we project our own values upon what a woman would deem attractive to her. All right, in particular, we're very visual, okay? We like what we see. All right, some people say we got two brains, right? We got one in our head and we got one elsewhere, yeah, because we're very observational. We like to observe and find, on an animalistic evolutionary level, a fertile I'm gonna watch my words, yeah, but fertility is important. All right, fertile breeding opportunities is what we men are attracted to. Broad hips, relatively low body fat. A woman needs more body fat than a male. So when I say relatively low, 20% upwards as far as body fat is concerned, preferably a little bit more. But you might be into something a little bit skinnier, so that's the way that tends to be. All right, and that's how we observe things. Whereas when it comes to the checklist of a woman, as far as the provision is concerned, we have to supply a little bit more in a few extra spaces, okay? Just looking good is not gonna cut it, people. So when you are obsessed with the gym and so on and so forth, not only can it make you a 2D caricature of what you should be in the eyes of a woman. And don't get me wrong, I'm gonna go into the red pill space and listening to other men in regards to information on this. I fall within that category, okay? So I don't want to be hypocritical here. I do not see through the eyes of a woman. So you're not going to be able to get the 100%, understanding. I'm going to be honest and real with you. I don't have the brain of a woman. I can only read what I can read and observe what I can observe and make sense of it. And that's what I'm going to try and teach you. I want you to think like the fish as opposed to the fisherman. When it comes to sales and making sales, i.e. you getting a date, or i.e. you getting lucky, or i.e. you making yourself attractive to those whom you want to be attractive, you have to think and see through the eyes of them. You have to be under their skin. Less egocentrism, less narcissism, more empathy. Okay, you need to leave yourself and be them. So when we watch these videos about men teaching us what women find attractive, this is when I go into the why I don't want to be hypocritical sort of thing. I want to be honest with you, right? As opposed to listen to me purely on what a woman will find attractive, you need to go on a pilgrimage to the other side of things. You should not have any shame in reading women's material, literature which is marketed to women, media which is marketed to women, because you're going to have an incredible insight and go an extra step that 90% of men aren't going to venture in. When it comes to being overtly masculine and I'm the perfect man and so on and so forth, a lot of these men's egos and pride are not going to allow them, and short-sightedness, should I say, are not going to allow them to go and watch and read 50 Shades of Grey and watch, a series of rom-com on Netflix and so on and so forth. But this is the game. You will be able to see momentarily through the eyes of what women find attractive. And don't get me wrong, marketing is one thing, so numbers can be skewed, but you have to understand that the consumer habits reflect some degree of reality. So when you read a romantic fiction which is marketed to women and it's been a relatively successful work of literature, it's sold because through word of mouth, if not through the marketing process, it has successfully appealed to the female market, then you might have a winner as far as insight on what a woman would find attractive, romantically speaking, you see, as opposed to listening to an alpha male tell you that you need to get muscular and you need to go and make so many figures in work and so forth. It's very vague, ambiguous and generalized, and it's not going to give you the depth as to what you need to really apply yourself in this game and attain a great you know where I'm coming from, right? I'm going to do a separate video in regards to the ideal man as portrayed by women's media. In a way, it does reflect what the manosphere and the red pill community do put forward, okay? But there are recesses and perspectives upon them ideas and principles that do not get covered because it's from a masculine perspective. I haven't done this, but as an idea, if you were to venture into women's forums and chat spaces, potentially like Facebook groups and so on and so forth, and just browse and soak up some game from the other end, yeah, that's perhaps going to be more beneficial to your relationship journey through your understanding of the sexes than listening to your common man speak on what he believes is attractive to a woman. I can speak on my experience and philosophize on my experience, and through what I believe is an understanding on evolutionary biology and psychology and so on and so forth. But I would be a liar to tell you that I am 100% right and correct, because it's ever changing, and the factors and variables upon each and every interaction and communication you have with a person changing second by second, moment by moment. It's far too deep to fathom. So it isn't as solidified as what they tell you. You need to take your head off and be fearless in putting the woman's head on and seeing life and reality and existence from their perspective instead of your own. How you choose to do that is up to you, but as I say, when it comes to sales, if you are a product and you want to sell yourself, you need to understand how you benefit the other person. You need to understand how you appeal to the other person. You don't look at what you believe is good about yourself and try and sell that off. You have to look at how they have a gap that needs filling, and you need to fill that gap. You understand? Like I said, the Patreon is down in the description if you want to observe real first dates with me, and I can teach you the ins and outs of the non-verbal communications, and you can learn information you will not learn elsewhere to such a deep degree it will never leave you. Be my guest. I'm signing out.